All right, there he is, Thomas Hughes, freshly done with the wind games in Empuria Brava. On his way home still, Thomas. Where are you at the moment?
I'm actually in your home country, Kurt. I'm in Germany. I'm in Frankfurt right now, just waiting on a connection.
So let's go back to the wind games. Thank you very much, by the way, for taking a little bit time here in between the on the trip to update us here. Um,
Anytime, Kurt.
Wind games. How was your experience with Hayabusa, the first showdown between the two top teams in the world?
Win games were great. I know the team, we had a great time. It was great to compete against Hayabusa. It's, the last time we competed against them was at the World Meet, I believe. So it's been quite a while, and it's been nice to see those guys again and go compete against them. And yeah, it was a fun meet, really fun. The organization of the meet was really well ran. It was a really small meet. It wasn't quite as big as say Bedford or any of the other meets that we go to. So it had kind of a nice feel to it. There wasn't so many people that we weren't able to hang out with everyone, and it was just nice, kind of a relaxed atmosphere.
Hayabusa was kind of scarily ahead of you. Everybody would think. At least they were probably after the last World Meet, end of 2012, and now what was it? 9 points, 10 points, and
I think it was something like that. Yeah, 9 points maybe.
yeah, that must be exciting for you to see that the new lineup with the new boys, Thiago and Chris, have caught up with the pace already to the same
For
level.
sure. Yeah, it's really great to see. I mean, both Thiago and Chris are extremely motivated to do everything they can to make the team better, and it shows in the scores and it shows in their performance as well. I mean, they were phenomenal in this meet.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Thiago a little bit more. We were just, I was looking into the history of the relationship between Thomas Hughes and Thiago. It was quite interesting. You have known each other for a while.
We have, yeah, I used to coach the team Tempest, which as you wrote about the other day. And I remember the funny thing is one day we're up in DeLand after a day of coaching, and we decided to go out and have a drink at the Brick House, as you do. And I remember stopping by Tiago's place that he was staying at, and I saw this picture on the wall of Airspeed on the podium. This is before I was on Airspeed. There was a picture of Airspeed on the podium holding the sword above their head, and all of the faces were cut out. And in the place of where the faces were, there was one of Tiago's faces
Ah.
and question marks in the others.
Well, he never made a secret of it actually that he wants to be a world champion one day. But that is just
Absolutely.
extreme. I mean, that is extreme. What a story.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's great.
I'm sure you've talked about this with him. Huh?
We have, yeah.
Now there he is. His dream has come true. All right, so Thomas, let's look at the videos and go through the meet at the Wind Games. It was interesting. Martial Ferré, now he had put together this wonderful video um, about all the 10 rounds between you and Hayabusa, and maybe you can comment them a little bit for us. Going through all the rounds. It's coming up in a moment here. Again, merci beaucoup, Martial. Very nicely done. And here comes round one. I think Hayabusa is on the left side, Airspeed on the right side. And Thomas will tell us what happened in each round.
Well, round one was a really good round for us. We came out of the gates firing strong. It's definitely something that we talk about on every meet that we go to. As we used to a couple years ago, be really cautious in round one and almost be scared of messing things up and not getting a good feeling for the meet. And we talked about that, just making sure that we're firing on all cylinders right out the gate. And I really feel like we executed that well in this round. Hayabusa, unfortunately for them, had a couple meltdowns in here. On that block 20 and then also on the block 17. So they definitely lost a couple points as well as us having a good round.
How were the Hayabusa reactions after round one? How did
I
they
think they were a
swallow?
little surprised, to be honest with you. I don't think they were ready for us to be as close as they were, or as close as we were. But I think after that they realized and started to step it up as much as they could.
Yeah, and they came back in round two right away. So that
They
was pretty
did.
good for
They
them.
did. They had a really really good round two, and they've always had really good 16s. Even at the World Championships, their 16s were really fast. I don't think ours are quite that fast, so I think they picked up a couple points on those. We also followed our exit almost on the 16 entrance. It was pretty close to toppling over.
You like
A slow start.
You like to funnel tunnel exits. I remember with XL you had one. Okay.
That way.
Let's go to round 3, the big disaster at the beginning round for airspeed. 4 points.
Yeah, we got busted on the same point 4 times in a row, and that was the top of the 13. We were keying the 13 before either Chris was on for the first 3, and then the last one was before I was on, which you can see I fumbled around with the grip a little bit before we spun in the 13.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate because we really had a good round on it. 13s in a 14-foot tunnel are not always the easiest block, but I felt like we had a really good execution on it, and we were pretty far through, almost to the finish of the block relative to Hayabusa just starting the block.
Yeah, the pace was there, obviously.
Yeah.
Then came 2 tight rounds, or close rounds at least, so it got tight between the 2 teams.
Yeah, we on N21, 22, we both took the non-standard N out of the 22, the one that's sitting right there. We went back and forth for probably a good 15, 20 minutes trying to figure out which is the best one, running through the random sets, running through different scenarios, and we finally decided on this one. And we didn't know what Hayabusa had taken at the time until we saw them in the tunnel. I think that's definitely the engineering to go to get that top score.
Yeah, you're a little bit ahead on that one even.
A little bit.
Half a second maybe. In round 5 then you won again.
Yeah, we had a great round 5. We just changed our 8 technique up on the front a couple weeks ago, just trying to fit it into the tunnel a little bit easier. And now Thiago and I end up doing a bit of a vertical on it. And we've actually taken this to the sky as well, which seems to work out really well for us.
It's even vertical between you and Thiago a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's kind of something we've been aiming for. It's taken us a while to figure it out, but we're almost getting it pretty consistent.
Yeah, very consistent.
Still working out a little bit. But.
Never seen that before. Innovative. Round 6 came another, a bad round for airspeed, I would call it, or?
It wasn't our best round of the meet. We had a brain lock in there, and then a missed 6 grip, which is right there, and then that kind of led into just not an easy feeling for the jump. Hayabusa had a fantastic round. Their 6s were really tight. Their 3s were really tight. I think they had pretty much a perfect round. I know they had a bust in there, but I don't think you're going to score much more than what they did on this one. It was a good round for them for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's move forward to the 6 rounds you did on the first day, right? On Friday?
We did, yep. And then 4 rounds the next day.
And then 4 rounds the next day. Let's wait for Martial for a moment here. He is setting us up again for round 7 to 10. Coming in a moment. And round 7, go ahead.
Martial was in there with, it looked like a fun group.
Yeah, I just wrote an update about this today. It was great to see.
It looked like they had a lot of fun.
Yeah, they did, surely. I mean, with his brother, it's a little family reunion. And in the same piece, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was fun. And here's round 7 now.
Round 7 for us was a great round. Ones have not been super easy for us in the tunnel, and I'm sure Hayabusa have the same issues just with the length of everyone. But I think that we really capitalized on this round and really went for it. Thiago did a fantastic job spinning on those 4s, really getting around there a long way.
Yeah, it doesn't really show where Hayabusa is losing though. It's still tight at the moment there, but it's a 3-point difference. Where did it happen?
Couldn't tell you. I think it was right at the end of the jump. Now we're starting to finish ahead on that last part of the one, and I think we picked it up towards the end. But.
Okay. And there's round 8. That was the fastest of the competition.
Yeah, we actually had a really good round on this one. And our first instinct was when we came out, we basically said, "Hey man, if they beat us on this one, then they deserve a high five," because we had a really good round. What it felt like to us. I think their 10s are just a little bit faster by the looks of them, but I think ours are pretty close as well.
Yeah, and traditionally Hayabusa likes the fast rounds anyway. That has always been like that. So I guess you're hoping that in any competition draw that it's an average draw, not the super fast ones. And then round 9 was, oh, he put some music in there. Now let me turn this down here, or let's turn it off. We are at round 9. That was a tie even after penalties with 3 blocks in memory. Oh, no, we lost Thomas. I'm sorry. I think I'm turning you off here. Let's see, I have to turn off the... Oops. Hang on 1 second, please, Thomas. I have to turn off the audio of the Vimeo here. Oh, well, we lost him. Okay, well, we lost Martial here now in the last 2 rounds, but we can talk about it without watching the video anyway.
No problem.
Yeah. So round 9 was a tie even after penalties, and then
It was.
and round 10 was another bad round which decided the meet more. I mean, it was already decided before, but it was not a happy ending for Airspeed.
No, we took some funky engineering in this round, and our execution of the engineering was good. We were just too tight on some of the earlier Q builds, and unfortunately that just led to a 4 busts in that one as well. So the good news is it's really easy for us to figure out where those busts are and how to fix them. The bad news is they just all happened in the same meet.
Yeah.
But we're still pretty happy with our performance. First meet of the season, it's okay to have some busts and to figure out where we need to work on. We pretty much had the same sort of thing going on the last 2 years, where early in the meet season, we'd have a lot of busts, and then as the year would go on, they'd get less and less.
Yeah, that's probably the nature of the beast if you're catching up with the pace anyway. So that's what it takes probably, and that's what the rest of the season will be for, I guess, for you.
Indeed, yep.
What's coming up now?
Well, we've got the XP Indoor and the XP Outdoor are our next 2 competitions. So we'll all be traveling. Hughes are also going to be traveling to Paraclete and then down to Skydive to Land.
Yeah,
before that, we have right now the Canadian team Evolution, and the new French Open team and the French women's team all in Arizona right now. So hopefully we can get a couple training competitions with those guys.
Oh, great. Well, keep us up to date, please, when that is happening. So they are on your home turf at the moment.
Will do, indeed.
And you're heading back right now, and so they are already there, and then you're picking up your training too?
That's correct. Yep.
Outdoor training.
Yep.
Okay, well, have a great trip home, Thomas. Thank you very much for taking the time. That was super interesting, and I'm glad we could get this from you.
Yeah, anytime, Kurt.
And we'll see you very soon at Paraclete.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
Thanks, Thomas.
Bye-bye.